Arne Slot is no stranger to bold calls, but his latest move has sent shockwaves through Liverpool's supporter base. It's a decision that few saw coming, and now the fans are demanding answers. What is Slot really trying to achieve, and at what cost to team spirit? Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Florian Wirtz's arrival at Liverpool this summer was supposed to transform the midfield. A £116 million superstar signing from Bayer Leverkusen, the excitement was through the roof. Fans thought we were getting instant creativity, goals, and a player to dominate games from day one. But the reality, his start has been bumpy, and it sparked a lot of debate among supporters and pundits alike. Now, we all know Wirtz has the talent. At 22, he's already proven himself in Germany. Silky on the ball, vision to unlock defenses, and an instinct for goal. But since he's come to Anfield, things haven't clicked quite the way people expected. He's been asked to play roles that don't really suit him, like that floating position against Palace, which left him completely lost in the first half. Only when he was shifted back into his natural number 10 role after the break did we see flashes of the real Wirtz, linking play, finding pockets of space, nearly scoring. That's the Wirtz Liverpool paid big money for. What added fuel to the fire is how he's been handled. Remember the Merseyside derby earlier this month? Wirtz was benched in the 2-1 win over Everton, and that raised eyebrows. Later, in an interview with Sky Germany, Wirtz revealed he'd had a private chat with Arne Slot about it. Slot told him it was about managing his load, resting him after a Champions League start. Now fair enough, protecting players is part of modern football, but fans can't help but see it differently. We didn't spend £116 million on a player to have him sat on the bench in one of the biggest derbies of the season, and this is where the frustration builds. A few pundits have already said the same thing. Wirtz needs to be in his best position, and he needs to be trusted consistently. If you start moving him around or treating him like a rotation piece, it risks killing his rhythm and confidence. He's not here to ease in, he's here to be the difference maker. The supporters are starting to grow restless. They want to see their record signing driving the team forward, not being experimented with or rested when it matters most. And honestly, can you blame them? For that kind of money, you expect to see Wirtz bossing games every single week. The truth is, Wirtz is too good a player to flop at Liverpool, but he needs to be backed. Give him the number 10 role, let him create, let him dictate, because we've seen it already. When he's in the right spot, he makes things happen. The manager has to stop overcomplicating it. This lad just needs confidence, rhythm, and the freedom to play his natural game. Otherwise, those early doubts are only going to get louder. Now, in an outrageous decision, Federico Chiesa has not been named in Liverpool's squad, travelling for the Champions League clash with Galatasaray, despite being newly registered last week. Chiesa was drafted into the Champions League squad following Giovanni Leone's season-ending ACL injury, but he is not among those to have made the trip to Istanbul. LFC News understands his absence is not injury-related, nor is there any known issue regarding his late registration with UEFA. Only 21 players have been announced as part of Liverpool's travelling group, which indicates Arne Slot will only have 10 substitutes on Tuesday night. The head coach is expected to provide an update on Chiesa's omission when he holds his pre-match press conference at 7 p.m. Alexander Isak and Alexis Mac Allister, who are both still building up their fitness, have travelled after starting against Crystal Palace at the weekend. Hugo Ekitike is also part of the group as he returns to availability after serving his one-match suspension in that 2-1 loss at Selhurst Park. Slot could make a number of changes to the side, which started at Palace, and he will almost certainly scrap the 4-2-2-2 system that failed in the first half. Florian Wirtz's role will be a point of contention after another quiet performance, but the number 7 is likely to be retained in his central attacking role. The main areas of debate come at full-back, where either Dominik Szoboszlai or Jeremy Frimpong could replace Connor Bradley, and Andy Robertson could take over from Milos Kerkez, as well as in midfield. Mac Allister is expected to drop back to the bench, meaning there could be an opportunity for Curtis Jones if Szoboszlai instead shifts to right back. Ekitike will almost certainly start ahead of Isak up front, while Cody Gakpo is set to come back into the side after being included on the bench at the weekend. Liverpool reduced numbers means 2 goalkeepers will be among the substitutes, those being Georgi Mamardashvili and Freddie Woodman. Youngster Trey Nioni worked with the first team at the AXA training centre on Monday, but is instead set to join the under-19s for their UEFA Youth League clash with Galatasaray. In other news, Arne Slot has no concerns over Rio Ngumoha getting ahead of himself after signing his first professional contract with Liverpool, as he is in the right environment for him. The news of Ngumoha's first professional contract, which he had only been eligible to sign after his 17th birthday at the end of August, was confirmed on Thursday. It means the winger is tied to Liverpool until 2028, with the rules around such deals stipulating a maximum commitment of 3 years. While there will almost certainly already be an agreement in place for his next contract, which he can sign when he turns 18, Ngumoha will still be required to fight for minutes under Slot. The good thing is, if you are a youngster playing at Liverpool, there are players you are playing with who are still better than you are, the head coach told reporters on Friday. That, I think, helps them to stay grounded and to know there are still steps to make than if you are playing at maybe a club of a lower level. If you are as good as Rio, then you would maybe belong straight away to the best players of the team, and that can lead to maybe a situation where he's not as grounded as he should be. Here, that's not a problem at all. First of all, because of who he is. He's a player who constantly wants to improve. But if you train and play with other wingers like Cody Gakpo, Mo Salah and Federico Chiesa, all the others, then I think he feels there is still a step to make. First of all, to get to their level. Then, if he is at their level, then it's about being as consistent as these players are. That is the most difficult thing. Becoming really good is something a lot of players maybe can do, but becoming consistently really good is why the top players stand out. In the likes of Salah, Gakpo and Chiesa, Ngumoha has not only the perfect role models in terms of their wide play, but also their application off the pitch. The work rate Chiesa showed for the entire 90 minutes of Tuesday's 2-1 win over Southampton, which saw him play in a variety of roles across the forward line, is a prime example of what is required off the ball. Meanwhile, Salah is widely acknowledged to set the standard in terms of his work away from games, including his diet and training regime. And Ngumoha will already be aware of this, but knowing that he is battling for game time with world-class players should make clear that there is a long way to go. Fortunately for Slot and Liverpool, their number 73 is already showing signs of becoming an outstanding winger and can be relied upon as a first-team option. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast-growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.